and I don't want to miss this. So I'm
Okay.
recording. So I'm recording now. Welcome to Real Talk. Keep going.
Okay. So yeah, I was just, you're talking to me about truth and how you've always been and operating from the place of truth. And it is truth that really allows us to operate from a higher vibrational frequency.
Yeah.
You know, and so as a result of that, we are really allowing our souls to evolve and live our lives with purpose, and to really stay connected with Source and continue to follow our guidance and give and really help each other expand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and those who unfortunately, I mean, there are some people that are addicted to lying. That's just their way of life. Perhaps that's something they inherited as, while growing up, and it may be, a pattern of theirs for many lifetimes as a way of survival.
Right.
That's how they've gotten by. But unfortunately, when somebody stays in that place of lying, not only to themselves, but to others, and vice versa. I think the worst lies is what they tell themselves. And then after a while, they begin to believe it. And what is unfortunate about that is that they are limiting their evolving process, because they're keeping themselves at very low vibrational frequencies. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So the fact that you have always been on this path of truth and exuding that and practicing that is really allowing you to continue to evolve and really affect souls on a very deep level, like right in the heart instead of the mind, instead of intellectualizing, because as we know, it's not our minds that connects us to Source.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing, because I've been a student of science of mind and spirit for a long, long, long time. And one of the things that I've been saying lately is what I want to bring back is the full name, science of mind and spirit, because it's normally referred to as science of mind, which to me, it's all in the head, and all that's good, but it's not complete.
Yes.
So when I speak about science of mind and spirit, I speak about science of mind and then the heart spirit. I'm working with people and they go, yeah, well, I know that here in my head, but the intellect cannot know. It's the heart that knows.
Exactly. And one of the things that I do with some people that come to me that are really stuck in their heads is really I use a lot of Reiki energy to allow that energy to flow from their head down to their heart, to their power chakra, all the way down to the root. And so that helps them get more balanced and open up all of the chakras. So instead of always operating from up here, they get more in touch with their bodies.
Right.
And it's inside our bodies and our heart and various places that I found I get the most amount of messages.
Right.
So when you tune in, it's like, oh, wow, okay. Whoa, my leg hurts. And the first person that popped in my head was my dad, for example. Okay, there's something I need to resolve with him. That's an example, as opposed to, always trying to figure things out with your head. And that's how people keep hitting the wall. That's how their ego keeps getting bigger and bigger, and they remain less and less connected to Source.
Yeah. Real fast, I want to insert this. I want everybody to know that this is Real Talk with Eugene, and I have with me Erica. Pronounce your last name for me.
Gholizadeh.
That's
Gholizadeh.
Exactly. Having a wonderful conversation about truth and about self. And Erica and I did some work with her a few days ago that was just so very profoundly freeing. for me. So that's what we're hearing. So when the video began, we were already in discussion, but this stuff is so good that I had to just start the recording. Erica, let me ask you a question. And I don't want to have us get away from this vibration that we're in, but I want to ask you, what guided you to do the work that you do? And you do some great work.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And so do you.
Thank you.
So do you. I got to see that very clearly. I decided to do this before I was reincarnated. So consciously, I didn't know really what I was doing throughout my life. I didn't know why I was jumping past lives, what it all meant. It was just kind of a way of being and my own little secret, because I felt I didn't feel safe sharing it with others because they would maybe think I'm crazy.
I have no idea what you mean. No idea what you're talking about.
So it wasn't until way later on in life that I realized that, okay, well, this is not an actual curse, because I used to look at it as a curse because I felt like an alien. I'm like, what is this? Whatever it is, I don't want it. This is difficult. I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on. Why do I have these feelings and visions? Why do I see through people and pick up their past lives? It was, and I didn't really have anybody to hold my hand and help me understand it. So at any rate, it wasn't until about a year ago that my guidance told me that I signed up to have all of these past life experiences and to do this in order to help others. That's been my soul's journey in overcoming my challenges for many lifetimes, repetitive challenges, patterns, pain, way of being that, and so not only overcoming, but understanding, accepting, embracing, learning from, healing myself and others who were connected to, all these different lifetimes and tragedies and whatnot. And so it's not only a letting go process, but it's a really profound, evolving process. And so the more I'm working with people, the more I'm really realizing how deep this impacts lives. Yeah. I mean, it's very life-changing on so many different levels, mentally, emotionally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And one of the things that is kind of a new conscious awareness for me that I started practicing for about a week or so now. So this is totally new. I'm kind of graduating. It's totally a step-by-step process. Is this multi-dimensional work. And it is fascinating. I mean, fascinating. So a couple of weeks ago, I had this word multidimensional stuck in my head. I was fixated. I didn't know what it meant. I had no idea the meaning, the depth, nothing, no concept of it, but the word itself was stuck in my head. And I got together with a colleague and I got to unfold and experience what this whole multi-dimensional soul experience is. I got to experience things from a higher level. So you're kind of raising yourself from above earth and you're like in another dimension. And in that dimension, there comes all the layers associated to whatever it is, specific topic, it could be anything pertaining to that. And as you are resolving those on all dimensions for all lifetimes at one time, all of that darkness began to dissolve and get transformed into light. So I am like a kid in Disneyland for the first time, like, holy cow, are you kidding me? I didn't know it could be bigger, So now I'm like really fascinated. Last night I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had some twists and turning and all the sensations in my stomach. So I got up and I was guided to first listen to some music. And this music was just really helping me unfold all of these layers. And I was guided to write about it. And as I'm writing about it, it's like I'm getting more and more messages, and all of these thoughts, emotions are getting transformed, and they're just turning into like pure light. So it's just amazing. It's a very ever evolving process.
There have been a few times in our little short conversation here this morning, Erica, where you have used the word guided. And I know what that means for me, but there might be some viewers who may have heard the word but may not know exactly what that is or how to tap into their guidance. Do you have anything to say regarding that?
Yes, I do. And that's a really good question. My personal guide, since I was a child, for as long as I can remember, since I was in elementary, has been Jesus Christ. That's been my personal guide. He's been by me like every step of the way. So even though, and some of you may know this by other interviews and videos and whatnot, I was born Muslim. So it's not something that I was taught. It's something that I automatically was drawn to and embraced Jesus in my heart and in my way of life, and everything that I did in my prayers. That's who I pray to. So Jesus is definitely one of my guides, beside from the ultimate creator who created us. And so it's Jesus, my creator, who guides me through not only my meditations, through what I do every step of the way throughout the day, whether, driving, making a right turn instead of a left, even though it doesn't intellectually make sense, but my intuition, my heart's telling me, no, go this way, just following that guidance in everything that I do. And also one of the really important factors is that when I go into a session with anybody, I am following complete guidance. Complete guidance. Source shows me what I need to say or do or tune into or bring the person's attention to, what questions to ask, and so on. For example, when I do a session, if I feel a blockage or if I feel like there's a message in a certain part of somebody's body, I feel that sensation in mine. So like I feel the blockage in my throat, or I feel that, like a grab in my throat. I'm like, okay, we need to bring your attention to your throat. There's a message in there. Okay, so now I'm being guided that you need to talk about your father, for example. And so things just start to unravel that way and expand. And so that's really my guidance, telling me, showing me, allowing me to feel for my client what it is that I need to bring their attention to. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, it does. And it speaks, and it takes us back to, going from the head, back, from the head to the heart. You're saying, being guided to make a left turn and not a right turn, even though it doesn't intellectually make sense.
Yeah.
Because again, the mind, because I know this is what I know about the conscious mind, is that to the conscious mind, everything has to make sense.
Yes.
But to that subconscious mind where the guidance is, and our intuition and our imagination, nothing needs to make sense.
No.
Because it already knows.
Exactly. even though sometimes or oftentimes, I think the more you do it, the more you get used to it.
Yes.
Sometimes it could be a very uncomfortable feeling. It's almost like, going through life with blinders on. You're like, oh God, I can't see. Okay, what do I do? And having that full trust, completely surrendering, letting go and allowing Source to work through you. Just being an open channel for your creator
Right.
who created you and the reason why you are here, allowing him to show you how you are supposed to be of his will.
When you were just speaking about that and trust, and I began to laugh, because many years ago, as one of my careers, I was a massage therapist, but I was also working with energies and tapping into guides. And there was some point in that little career of being a massage therapist where I'm working on a person, I would get these messages because the body speaks, right? The body talks, and I found myself, first of all, not trusting. Number one, I was going, I'm not saying that. I don't even know this person. But the guidance was, say this. So as I'm doing my massage work, in my head, I'm having this argument with spirit, with my guides, with whatever, we want to call it, going, no, I'm not going to say that. And what the message was to me was, will you trust this, please? And I'm like, okay. And then when I went ahead and voiced what the guidance was, the client on the table, she stopped me because I was asking her about her relationship with a family member. Now, this is a first-time client. I've never met her before, don't know her, but the guidance was ask her about her brother. And she stopped me and just started to sob, because then she said, my brother and I have been very, very close. And just yesterday we had our very first fight, and it was so huge and hurtful, and I am just in pain. And the guidance was to let her know to pick up the phone. But that's not the point of me saying this. The point is that I didn't trust. The guidance was there.
Yeah.
So as you were saying, Erica, the more that we do this, the more, for me, the more that I do it, the more that I trust. And I love the word surrender.
Yeah, surrender. And sometimes certain things, like your experience will come to us that makes no logical sense at all. Like, for example, last night when I was doing my meditation in the middle of the night from 1 until 4 o'clock in the morning, my subconscious mind chooses the weirdest times. But anyway.
Right.
So one of the words that came to me that I was guided to write down and look up was demonstrate. And I'm like, okay, demonstrate, really? And it's not that I don't know the meaning, but when I'm guided to look something up, it's because there's a meaning inside the meaning that's going to unfold something bigger. And so one of the definitions for demonstrate was clearly show the existence of truth. Yes, by giving proof of existence. So I was like, truth. So then the word truth just popped out. I mean, it just smacked me right in the face. I was like, whoa, this has so much to do with vibrational frequencies and what I'm being guided to write about and experience. Then truth in the message I got has higher vibrational frequencies, a lot more than perhaps lies. So it's living in truth that really allows you to operate and do things from a higher plane.
Yeah. Clearly, could you repeat that definition? I could look it up myself.
Yeah, this was one of them that really spoke to me. Clearly show the existence of truth by giving proof of evidence.
Wow. Wow.
I know. It's fascinating. I mean, when you're following God, at first, of course, your mind's like, that doesn't make sense. What do you mean, look up, demonstrate? Okay, fine. Where's my phone? Okay, demonstrate. And I was like, whoa. Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
I'm sorry, woman. So by giving.
So clearly show the existence of truth of something that's in parentheses.
Right.
By giving proof of existence. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So when you live your life in truth, and perhaps you're in a relationship with someone that doesn't, you begin to grow apart.
Right.
It gets to the point where that relationship no longer serves you. And if you go with it and stay with it, despise what your guidance is showing you and communicating to you, then you are going backwards instead of forward.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you're not really aligning yourself up with your creator who is really trying to open up new doors for you.
Right.
And you're limiting yourself by staying stuck in a relationship with someone that, for instance, has a way of, his way of life maybe just through lies, and yours is truth. And so then what are you doing? You are lowering your vibrational frequencies by staying in a relationship with someone like that.
And here is the hard truth about that, is that's a choice. Choosing to stay in that relationship, knowing that it's not working. And how you know it, or how one knows it, is how it feels. You know this doesn't work.
Exactly.
But let me turn down my light.
Yeah, exactly. And stay in my comfort zone.
But how comfortable is that comfort zone, right?
Exactly. Maybe you're used to pain.
Right.
And suffering. Yeah. And that's just, okay, this feels like home to me. You know, let's embrace home. You know, and so you're really limiting your capacity.
Yeah.
On a soul level.
I'm telling you, man, this is good stuff. Because we are here. I truly believe, Erica, that we are all here. We are all here to, number one, to tap into who we really are. And from that, then we get to help others to tap into who they are. But really what I'm wanting to say is that I think that we're all here to serve one another. We are all here for each other. It doesn't matter what part of the world, it doesn't matter what religion, it doesn't matter. No. None of that matters.
Exactly.
Because the thing of the truth of the matter is that we are all from the same source. Call it whatever.
Yes.
But it's the one source. It's the one life. And I'm preparing to do a talk, and I was looking up some information about how special each and every one of us really are. And what I looked up, it had to do with, there are 40 to 150 million sperm cells going towards the one egg. You're the one that made it. You're the one, right? Isn't that special?
Yes.
Right?
Fascinating.
You're the one who says, I'm here for a purpose. Man, I'm telling you.
You got that right. You got that right. We're all special, and we all have our own gifts, and we don't really evolve and grow until we connect with others. That's how we expand our awareness. We learn from each other.
That's right.
You know?
We don't grow and expand until we connect with others. Ain't that the truth?
Absolutely.
Man, gosh, can you believe? I don't believe this. So a half an hour has already gone by.
Wow.
And there's so much for us to discuss and to talk about and to experience. I'm loving this.
There is.
I'm loving this.
As you know, I do Zoom sessions. I do phone sessions. I do in-person sessions. If somebody is limited as far as coming to my office, I can go and meet them. So I don't allow any barriers to get in the way of me and those who are seeking my service.
Yeah.
And so I am open, and again, I mean, they can call me for a free consultation. We can talk to see if this is the right choice at this stage in their life, and if so, then we schedule the session and we go from there.
And I'm going to encourage everybody to take Erica up on that free consultation. You will not be disappointed. I can guarantee you that. Money back guarantee.
Thank you.
But on the serious side, this is the real deal. Good.
Thank you.
Erica, thank you so very much for doing this with me.
Thank you for having me. It's such an honor. I mean, you're such a tremendous soul yourself, making such a big difference in this world and shining your light and really impacting the lives of many people. So I have all the respect in the world for you, and I'm very grateful that we have come in contact and here to help many other souls in their journey. So thank you.
You're welcome. Fantastic. I'm sure that I will be seeing you around. All right.
Absolutely. Namaste.
Namaste.